Lots and lots of plugins you can put on your site, but for backtrack SEO, there's really only a few that really matter the most. Okay, the basics of posting to rank. You've probably noticed that blogs in your market and all over the web use a lot of images. They want to break up that text. We found out a few years ago, at least us marketers did, that people don't like to read stuff that goes on and on and on. And if something goes on and on and on, and your definition of on and on and on might be different than your readers, it doesn't take that much for people to get bored with content unless it's extremely excellent. They're not gonna, they're gonna start getting fidgety and everything. So one of the things that we figured out, it's also good for SEO, is break everything up with images. And the more images, the better, to as long as it looks good, as long as it's not breaking between every single sentence and you have 20 images. But images are great because you can put alt text in them. And alt text is basically when WordPress says, what do you want to put as the text representation of this image, descriptions basically for the search engines, because search engines don't know what to do with a picture. They will read the alt text. And what you want to do there is put your keyword for the main keyword of your site for the first image. For the second image, make it a supporting keyword that's a little bit different. So in the first image, you've got a picture of someone training their dog on their leash. So if your title of your post is leash training your dog, then you might want to name your picture dog leash training. Then if you want to put in another picture halfway down the article, you would put in a keyword to describe that. You don't want to be so tricky about it that the keyword that you put in is completely unrelated to the picture. Typically you're going to pick pictures that make sense for the surrounding text. So put the best supporting keyword in that next image for the alt text. Links, internal and external. When you are posting, you got to remember that you have other posts that are going to become more and more related. Like you've written about a topic more than once, or you're writing about something that, and in the third paragraph, it's talking about a list of things that you need to do, which you've already blogged about 3 weeks ago. You need to be very, very mindful of linking to your older posts with the best keyword anchor text, whatever that post was written for. That's extremely important. A lot of people ignore this. They only think about external links. They're like, I got to get a bunch of links. I read power linking years ago and Jack said it then and it's still true today, blah, blah, blah. I got to get external links. Well, you do, but you need to have really good internal linking. Google will assign a value to a new post, a link in a new post that links back to a list of the top 21 bloggers in the market, if that's what it is. And whatever the keyword was that you isolated for that post, you need to anchor text that link. You need to link back to those posts. So you got to have really good internal linking, and Google will assign and raise the value of those older posts over time. Titles and keywords. Titles are best short. There's a keyword density factor in a title of any page on your site. And so if you want to rank for leash training your dog, or dog leash training, or just leash training, if you want to go for that, the shorter the title, the better, because the density goes up. And the importance, Google sees the importance is a little bit more placed on that keyword rather than a title that says, I was leash training my dog the other day and here are 5 things I learned. That's a long, long title. Leash training gets lost in there. So you want to keep your titles as short as possible, but you don't want to do what all these guys do with these automatic blogs and actually make the title of every single post the exact keyword that you're trying to isolate. That doesn't work either, and it's a real red flag for Google. You just don't want to do that. I mean, it doesn't make for an interesting title, and Google can tell interesting from not interesting by the lack of attention that those posts get on the social sites, meaning people must not like it, so we as Google are not going to like it either. The other part of the title and keyword factor is that you got to put your keywords as close to the beginning, if not in the beginning, as possible. So if you're going for leash training as a keyword, you want to have leash training as the beginning of the title more often than not. You can cheat this. I mean, I've got all kinds of posts that rank really well that have my keyword in the middle, or but never at the end. Very rarely, at least, at the end of the title of my blog post. Okay, first and last paragraph are the only things that you want to worry about.